All right, so Sepehr, before I waste any more time, I'm going to let you take the floor. Sepehr has been uh, one of our longest standing scholars. I'm sure you've all seen some of his work and posts and shares on social media. Um, he is certainly someone that makes you smile every time you chat with him, and we've just been so excited to have Sepehr in the program. So um, Sepehr is going to talk about some of his work and talk a little bit about his experiences working in the CSR. So Sepehr, go ahead and take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for that introduction. Dr. O, I'm a big fan of you and CSR as a whole. Welcome to my Center for Student Research talk, Forever Pioneer Scholar Talk. My name is Sepehr Khosravi. Before I begin talking about my work and research, let me tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I was born in 1999 in Tehran, Iran. I became a refugee in Turkey in 2007. And through the United Nations program, I was able to come to America for a new life with my family in 2008. English became my third language after Farsi and Turkish. And technically, if you can think about it, Spanish was my fourth because I learned Spanish here in high school as well. So telling you about my family a little bit, this is my older sister. Fun fact, she's 9 years older than me, kind of like my second mom. I really look up to her. Here's my aunt. Here's my cousin's wife, first cousin's wife, Taban. She's also here today. And here's Fad, my first cousin, the son of my aunt. And then my aunt, and this is my mom, sisters with my aunt. And then my dad here, and then my uncle Farzad. They mean a lot to me, so I got to introduce them to you guys. Next. Okay, so what led me to my study? So I have had a lot of personal experiences living as a fat man, large-bodied man in the Iranian culture, and learning about body image, body shaming, diet and wellness industries, the psychological, physical, and historical consequences of weight stigma led me to come up with a qualitative study of body image and culture among Iranian Americans. So some of the research I've done for my project is I've read all these books, Fearing the Black Body by Dr. Sabrina Strings, Anti-Diet by Christy Harrison, Food Isn't Medicine by Dr. Joshua Warrich, and a book that's, I think, one of the best books I've read is Health at Every Size, written by Dr. Lindo Bacon. I personally think that Health at Every Size and Fearing the Black Body are one of the gold standard of education here in the United States and all around the world. And some of the researchers I really look up to that work on weight stigma, body image, eating disorders, and health at every size are Dr. Lily O'Hara, Rebecca M. Poole, Dr. Lindo Bacon, Dr. J. Kevin Thompson, and Dr. Marika Tigman. So what's the solution to weight stigma? Dr. Joshua Warrich does a great job at explaining his perspective and health at every size paradigm. So I'm just going to let him explain, and then I'll explain what it stands for. Let me just put this here.
When I tell people that I'm a doctor that follows a health at every size approach, many assume that means I don't believe weight can have any impact on your health. That's not what it means. Healthcare tends to follow what's known as a weight normative approach, where a focus on weight and weight loss is used to try and define health and well-being. I, however, believe in a weight-inclusive approach. This means we should be acknowledging the real impacts of weight stigma and be fighting to get rid of it, acknowledging that health and well-being is incredibly multifaceted, and the link between health and weight is nowhere near as straightforward as people make it out to be. And we should stop indiscriminately advising weight loss to our patients when we have no guarantee that it's going to A, improve their health, or B, be sustainable in the long term.
So the health at every size paradigm celebrates body diversity. It honors differences in size, age, race, ethnicity, gender, disability, sexual orientation, religion, class, and other human attributes. It also challenges scientific and cultural assumptions. It values body knowledge and people's lived experiences. And it also helps you find the joy in moving one's own body and being physically active and eating in a flexible and attuned manner that values pleasure and honors internal cues of hunger, satiety, and appetite while respecting the social conditions that frame eating options.
When I tell people that I'm a doctor,
to the next slide. Hopefully, there we go. So going back to my own research. So what was my testing method for my study? So I did a structured interviews about the experience of fat Iranian Americans. My participants were recruited through convenience and snowball sampling of my personal networks, social media, and online Iranian American communities. After confirmation eligibility and reviewing study information, participants were interviewed for 1 to 2 hours on Zoom. and interview data was supplemented with autoethnographic notes. So here's experiment data from my first participant. This is so amazing. I'm doing this right now. So some of the factors that contributed to negative body image were family gatherings, media, especially TV shows that my participant consumed, close friends, and cultural events. And here's the autoethnography portion of my project. So a lot of women come and share their stories with me online, and they've been following me for a while, ever since I started doing a lot of body positive activism. And one of them tell me that by watching me thrive and live in my large body, it makes them want to live life and be comfortable with their bodies too. Another lady mentioned to me that she becomes happy seeing me dance because she doesn't dance because of her body size. A large-bodied man told me in a meeting that growing up, he never saw an action figure his size. He thought that he was never accepted for who he was because of his size. Another lady told me that because of a video I posted regarding body acceptance, she went to the pool with her friends after years without feeling unwelcomed because of her size. So what were my discoveries? I learned that body and food shaming comments from close family and friends really hurt my participant emotionally. The standards to look a certain way, especially the thin ideal, was a heavy burden on them, created dissatisfaction with how they looked, and created the want to change their body. And there was also an extreme uneasiness and worry around food and their weight. And good comments were always thrown at them when their weight was down, but right when their weight went back up, bad comments were coming from all over, which was really emotionally damaging them. And one more thing that's really representative is there's a lack of representation of different bodies throughout everywhere. And I think that was also a major discovery that I've had. So what will I do next? I want to publish my study in a journal. I want to pursue clinical psychology, and I want to serve more people of color, especially individuals struggling with eating disorders, body dysmorphia, and psychological impacts of inequalities like sizeism, racism, sexism, and colonialism. I want to thank all these special people in my life, my mentors, my friends, people that have always supported me, starting with my mentors. I'm going to say Dr. Amara Miller, Dr. Natalie Ingraham, and Dr. Michael V. Stanton. And then my activist friends and just friends who helped me a lot, Rosa, Kimia, Bahar, Azadeh, Faravaz, Sina, and Mashi. They mean the world to me, and a special thank you for CSR, Center for Student Research, for always making me feel at home here at East Bay. So what you can do if you like, you can definitely follow me on Instagram at Mr.Sepehr Khosravi. I post amazing content, or you can email me at my email right here if you have any questions. Thank you to everyone. And just before I sign out, I'm going to say thank you to all my Persian speaking followers and friends who came here. دوستان عزیز خیلی ممنونم که امروز اومدین. این روز برای من خیلی ارزش داشت و خدا رو شکر که تونستم باهاتون شریک شم. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, great work, Sepehr. That was very inspiring. I really appreciated the flow, and you can, what really came out, for me was just the passion you have for your work, and I'm sure everyone appreciated it.